To be referring to your color wheel to help you select the colors that you need to mix your paintings. So look at your tints, tones, and shades. Look at your complements. Look at your neutral page that shows the different variations you can mix with all the colors. Then you're going to begin your drawing, or your painting rather, by starting with the drawing in pencil and then starting to mix and prepare colors. So looking at your image, start with the colors you know you need. So I've used blue, and I see a little bit of a violet hue to it, so I'm putting a little bit of red mixed in. I'm going to need to lighten my color, so I take a little bit of white. And you'll find that you just have to do a little bit of experimenting as you create your color scheme here and your matching colors. You're also going to take a little piece of white paper, and you're going to put little samples of the colors that you mix on the paper so that you can compare to your magazine image and decide if this is a correct match, a true match. So if you see this little white paper here, you want to put the paint at the tip or the edge of the paper so that you can hold it up closely right up against the image and try to get the truest match that you possibly can. Then you're going to continue to make adjustments until you have the color just as you need it to be. So now that you have your first color, you're going to go through the image and try to come up with different variations and try to pre-mix all of the colors that you're working with. In this image, obviously it's a picture of fish, and we're going to be blending those colors together. But this is also true with anything else, any fabrics or things you're trying to mix, in that you want to pre-mix several of the colors before you start painting. That way you're able to very easily blend wet into wet and get some smooth transition of color. So go through your entire image and try to select all the colors that you see and pre-mix them so that you are able to work quickly. Again, refer to the color wheel when you're trying to match colors. So for example, I see some yellow-orange also appearing in the picture, so I'm going to start with that when trying to match those colors. Sometimes it will take several attempts to get the right color and several different adjustments. Keep putting the sample edges on the piece of paper. Remember that a large part of your grade will be based upon your true matching of the colors that you see. So continue to mix your colors, and as I mentioned, to mix all of the major colors that you see in your image. You want to have them all ready so that when you are trying to blend the colors together, you have everything pre-mixed, and it's much easier to create a fluid blending of the paints when everything is mixed ahead of time. Keep putting the sample colors on the edge of your white paper and comparing it so that you get the most accurate colors. Sometimes you'll make small adjustments. And keep comparing them to the original source image as you mix. Once you're ready to start, then we will begin to lay down the first levels of color. So you can see this is a sped up version of the painting, but as I'm mixing them together, I'm sometimes using a little bit of clean water from the small water dish to the right of the screen. Sometimes the paint is being blended right into itself without rinsing the brush. You will have to practice to kind of get a feel for how to mix these colors together. You want to blend them as the paint is wet when you want to get a smooth effect. Switching colors and letting things dry to put more hard edge details is something else that you can add. Now that you've laid the base foundation, what you see happening here is a technique called dry brush. This is a way to apply slight effects of color that create a textured effect. The dry brush technique is effective in adding a sense of texture to many surfaces, including animal fur as well. When you're done, you should have a painting that has accurately matched colors and as true to realistic painting technique as you can.